if you were here for the last vlog, you know that we have a bottle calf. We ended up taking him to our house because we don't live at the farm quite yet. Our plan was to have him at the house for morning feedings and evening feedings, and to take him to the farm while we're there during the day. He thought he wanted to be friends with the turkeys. He found them pretty interesting, but they were pretty scared of him. The sheep were pretty nice. They stayed and grazed around where he was, but for the most part he just laid and watched. Probably his favorite thing out there was to watch the chickens. I guess they're pretty entertaining. But at the end of the day, he could not wait to go home. Because he loves his dogs. Even when they go tearing after the dog behind us, he goes with them to bark at them. Now the most ideal plan, and the one we're hopefully doing while y'all are watching this, is getting his mom, his brother, and another cow over to the farm so he can stay with them. He'll still have to be bottle fed, but at least he'll have other cows to be around, and he won't be pooping in our backyard. After calving, it's pretty common for a cow to hide her babies, and that's exactly what Lucy did. And with him not coming to the corrals like the rest of the cows, we couldn't catch him to take him to the farm. On this attempt, we actually saw Linus. He was back in the mesquite thicket away from the other cows, and he would not come towards us. We tried to run him into the corrals and he just wouldn't do that. We also noticed he was in a lot better condition than Rerun was, and a lot of times with bottle calves you get diarrhea or scours. So we gave him these electrolytes for a few days, and the 𝐮𝐤𝐵 in Derek's kitchen worked perfectly for keeping the milk and electrolytes at the perfect temperature. I was getting more and more concerned about his diarrhea, so finally I had to take him to the vet. He got an antibiotic shot, and that afternoon, he was Mr. Perky again, and eating better than he had been. Back at the farm, Joanna has found her legs. She is 2 weeks old now and loves when she gets out for the day. I can watch her run all day. But moving on to the goats, Elise has been threatening to have early babies or have a prolapse, and she's our smallest goat, so I wanted to make sure her babies could fit her pelvis, so I wanted to make sure and be there. Ryan also came down to help us out with the goats and wanted to see all the births he could. This morning I could not feel her ligaments, which means she is in labor. We waited all afternoon. I had the GoPro going and she didn't do anything. We were pretty tired, so we ended up taking her home. So now I'm sitting in the garage with 𝐾𝐲𝐤 and Elise because 𝐾𝐲𝐤 wants to be with me and Elise has a calf in the backyard and Derek's gone, so I can't be at the farm. Just perfect situations. We then went inside for about 15 minutes. I went to check on her and this happened.
4?
Is that one in the sack still?
Yeah.
She only had 3, but Ryan noticed that one of them was still in the sack, so I had to break it open. That's what I'm doing right here. I couldn't really focus on the camera at this point. The camera work only gets crappier from here, so I'll just skip to when we had to load them up and take them back to the farm. Elise ended up having 3 blue-eyed babies when we thought she was going to have 1, maybe 2. This would be why she almost prolapsed, because she's a smaller goat and had 3 babies in there. Thank goodness she didn't. I did not want to deal with that. These babies will only get jumpier and cuter with a little bit of time, and we still have 4 more does pregnant, so make sure and subscribe to see the next one. Oh, but we aren't done with babies yet, because Luna finally had her piglets. After all the preg talk scare and all the things we did with her, I think it was about 2 days later, after she had gotten up, that she finally had 11 babies. Only 7 of them were alive, but we'll take what we get. At least she and some of the babies are alive. Look at those little ginger ones. About a week and a half later, Fleur had her baby. She had 13. Look at her snuggling that one. Now 3 of them didn't make it, but 10 is a lot of piglets. We now have 33 piglets on the farm. If you're in East or North Central Texas and you're looking for Idaho Pasture Pigs, we have a few. Don't forget, we got a lot more goat babies coming and more cute footage and other projects going on the farm. So if you like this video, feel free to subscribe. I upload most Sundays and you can keep watching us grow our farm. Have a good one.